Tonight, when the lights go out in your house, it still won't be dark. The router will blink. Your phone will glow face up on the nightstand. A street light will leak through the curtain. At 2 a.m., a notification might flash white for half a second. You probably don't even notice it anymore. But for almost all of human history, night was truly dark. Dark in a way most modern humans have never experienced. And the people who lived inside that darkness were not just waiting for morning. They were entering a completely different state of being. We think of night as empty time, a pause between productive hours. Ancient humans didn't. Night was its own world. The body changed in it. The mind changed in it. Communities behaved differently inside it. Before electric light, before candles, before reliable fire, there were hundreds of thousands of years where humans spent half their lives in near total darkness. And strangely, they did not fear it the way we imagine. Because darkness wasn't an interruption to life, it was part of life. Researcher Sachin Panda of the Salk Institute for Biological Studies has spent decades studying circadian rhythms, the internal clock controlled almost entirely by light. His work shows how even the tiniest modern glow delays and suppresses our internal chemistry. In genuine darkness, the brain doesn't hesitate. It releases a flood of melatonin, the kind ancient humans experienced every night for hundreds of thousands of years. But darkness didn't just trigger sleep. It triggered a different structure of sleep entirely. Historian and sleep researcher Roger Ekirch spent 16 years studying diaries, medical texts, court records, and literature from pre-industrial Europe. Again and again, he found the same pattern. Humans didn't sleep once, they slept twice. A first sleep for roughly 4 hours, then 1 or 2 hours awake, then a second sleep until morning. Not insomnia, not dysfunction. Normal humans slept before artificial light. And what happened during that waking period is the part we forgot. People would lie quietly in darkness, talk softly with partners, pray, reflect, think about dreams. But mostly, they remained suspended in a calm state between sleep and wakefulness, not fully asleep, not fully alert. Then, in 1992, researcher Thomas Wehr at the National Institute of Mental Health tested this directly. He placed volunteers in long periods of natural darkness, 14 hours every night for several weeks. Without exception, their bodies returned to the two-sleep pattern, as if the brain had memorized it. But go back even further. Before lamps, before controlled fire, anthropologist David Sampson studied how early humans likely slept in predator-filled environments. His work suggests ancient humans didn't sleep deeply all night long. They slept lightly, socially, in layers. Because in complete darkness, someone always had to remain near wakefulness. Sleep itself was shared. Then, researcher Jerome Siegel at University of California, Los Angeles, studied modern hunter-gatherer groups, including the Hadza, the San, and the Tsimane. And what he found challenged another modern assumption. These groups did not go to sleep at sunset. They stayed awake together for hours after dark, talking, sitting quietly, watching the firelight where it existed. Then they slept naturally, usually 6 to 7 hours. Not the perfect, uninterrupted 8-hour block modern culture treats as mandatory. But the strangest discovery came from Thomas Wehr's experiment. During that quiet waking period between first and second sleep, volunteers showed dramatically elevated levels of prolactin, a hormone associated with deep calm, meditation, a kind of peaceful, boundary-dissolving awareness. The volunteers described the experience as unlike normal waking consciousness, still dreamlike, wide open. Some said it felt almost hallucinatory. And here's the unsettling part. This was probably a normal human experience for most of our history. For thousands of generations, nearly every human being entered this strange state every night. Then artificial light compressed darkness so aggressively that the window disappeared, and now most people sleep straight through, a state their nervous system evolved to enter. Today, insomnia affects enormous parts of the modern world, and nearly every treatment is built around one goal: forcing sleep into a single, uninterrupted block. Even though historically, that may not be how humans naturally slept at all. Sleep specialists who study cognitive behavioral therapy argue that waking in the middle of the night may not always be a disorder. It may be an ancient rhythm resurfacing, the body remembering something older than electricity, and darkness itself carries psychological effects we no longer experience. Psychological research into environmental anonymity suggests that genuine darkness reduces self-monitoring and social performance anxiety. In the deep dark, people report feeling less observed, less judged, more emotionally honest. Ancient humans spent half of every day inside that condition. Their emotional lives were processed partly in darkness, partly in silence, partly in the strange waking space between two sleeps. Night gave them inwardness automatically. We replaced it with LEDs, then televisions, then smartphones. Now, the average person stays under artificial light until midnight or later. The darkness becomes too short. Melatonin weakens. The two-sleep rhythm disappears. And whatever happened psychologically in those silent waking hours never fully happens at all. The restlessness just carries forward into the next day and the next. Your body still knows how to enter that older version of night. The instructions are still there. First, sleep, waking. Stillness that feels neither asleep nor awake. Your ancestors passed through that state every night of their lives without realizing it was special, because to them it was simply what night was. Tonight, the world will be so full of light, and underneath all of it, your nervous system will still be waiting quietly for a darkness that no longer comes.